Then they bomb the American air bases in the Philippines and land on the Bataan Peninsula. The Japanese have already established a strong foothold in China. They invade the British colonies of Burma and Malaya for their rubber, the Dutch colony of Sumatra for its oil, and they threaten India and Australia. A few months earlier, they had moved into the French colony of Indochina. After France's defeat in 1940, the Vichy regime, which was unable to refuse anything to an ally of Hitler's, had turned some of its air and naval bases over to the Japanese. The United States retaliated by cutting off its oil supplies to Japan and freezing Japanese assets. These economic sanctions had pushed Japan into the war. The country, a chain of overpopulated islands lacking in natural resources, was rapidly developing. It was in need of raw materials, and it set out to conquer the nations who had them by force. Japan had built up its navy to become one of the second most powerful fleets in the world, with no less than 10 aircraft carriers, and with highly sophisticated fighter aircraft. The remarkable Zero, for example, which outperformed Allied planes in terms of speed, maneuverability, and range. This in addition to an army of millions of men fiercely devoted to their emperor. Hirohito is the 124th Emperor of Japan. The scholarly monarch studies marine biology in the laboratory in his palace. He is a living god. The actions of his military are covered by his divine authority. In China, the imperial army had carried out unbelievable massacres, such as in Nanking in 1937, where 300,000 Chinese were slaughtered before the Japanese could proudly parade through the Forbidden City in Beijing. The emperor reigns, but does not govern. Power lies in the hands of General Tojo and an ultra-nationalist group that controls the country via their local Gestapo, the Kempeitai, and via loudspeakers that broadcast the official declaration of war against the United States.